First things first, I am new to riding on the street. I've got some experience on dirt bikes, quads, go-karts, pit bikes, things like that. But this is my first actual street bike under a motorcycle license. And I wanted to go over, well, my first motorcycle, which is a 1983 Honda Sabre 750. It's obviously a 750cc V4 engine, which is, don't hit me, which is an interesting configuration to see on a motorcycle. I love the sound. The sound is definitely unique. And even stock, I mean, everything's loud enough. This whole bike is completely bone stock. You want to go straight? Let's go straight. This bike is just stupid simple, easy to ride, smooth power. This motorcycle is actually shaft driven. Show you a picture of what that assembly kind of looks like. And part of that assembly also houses, believe it or not, it's got a drum kit in the back, which is, I didn't even think was like a thing that they ever used on motorcycles, but it makes sense because of the era. But I figured even in the 80s they weren't using drum kits for motorcycles. Oh jeez. For motorcycles, just in general. I don't know why I assumed that, but I was pretty surprised to see that. Another thing to mention real quick, because you saw me miss second there, this thing likes to be shifted hard. Not that it has a problem with the transmission or anything to cause that. It's just how they are, as was explained to me. And I tend to have a left light foot. My right foot's plenty heavy, my left foot not so much. One thing that does kind of suck that you've probably noticed is there's no windscreen. In place of that, I've got this nice I guess old 80s Accord looking thing, relic, that I get to look at. It's actually kind of cool looking, not gonna lie. It's pretty nice for the year that it came out. I feel like it hasn't aged poorly. It still looks good. At least I've got all the information that I could want right in front of me. You've got, on the right side here, you've got fuel and temp gauge. Left side, you've got actually kind of a cool little feature that also surprised me on this bike is there's a trip meter, right? And then underneath that there is a clock, but it's not only a clock. If I hit this button here, I can change it to a lap timer, basically, or an elapsed timer. So I can hit this other button next to it and start a timer. I don't know if you guys can see that, but if you know what that's really for, other than lap timing, let me know. Also at the top, either side of the top bar there, we've got our turn signal indicators. What I actually like about this bike, as opposed to some other bikes that I've seen, is that it actually shows you which side is indicating, not just that you have a side indicating. In the middle, you've got from left to right your neutral, then your warning light, and that'll illuminate if you have any kinds of warnings for your headlight, tail light, battery, oil, fuel light will show up there. It gets used for a few different things, and right now it's serving as a gear indicator, which is one thing that I love about this instrument cluster, is that it actually has a gear indicator. But when you have a warning, it turns into your error message box or whatever. And then next to that is the high beam light, which is controlled right here. These are your turn signals on the left here. So lights, turn signals, horn, choke control. I like the choke being up here in this form factor. It makes it very easy to use. And then on the right side, obviously, we have our kill switch, which I think is designed in an odd way. Either they got these switches for really cheap, or they really liked the ability to have an off on either side of the switch. So to take a quick detour, if any of you are watching this video and almost dropped the damn bike, if you guys are watching this and cringing or yelling at your screen because of some kind of beginner mistake that I may be making, instead of stressing yourself out and pissing off your neighbors, go ahead and write a very constructively criticizing, that word, comment in the comment section, I guess, right? Oh, look at this. What is this? It looks like one of those, not exactly, but it kind of looks like one of those fish cars almost. I don't remember what they were called, but they were shaped like a fish. Yeah, so it's obviously not the fastest bike in the world, right? Granted, but it's plenty fast for a new rider, that's for sure. I mean, hell, the MSF course that I took here, we used little 250s. Those things are fun. You can't do anything wrong, really. You can just rig them out and have as much fun as you want with them. I've got adjustable preload on the rear and front, rear shock and the forks, and then adjustable anti-dive as well on the forks, which is kind of nice. Haven't really adjusted that. It feels alright, I guess. Haven't had any issues really. Oh, here we go. So here's a test of the brakes. Yeah, I would say pretty good. It gets up and goes pretty good. I also like how it has a little rack on the tail end. It says max capacity of 10 pounds, but I mean, looking at the structure, it looks like it could hold a little bit more than 10 pounds, but I'm just probably gonna stick to what they recommend anyway and get like a 10-pound capacity tail bag, and we'll see how that goes. Ooh, so cold right here. What is going on right here? That's so cold. Whew. It's like, it's supposed to be like 90 degrees right now, and that little section right there was damn near freezing. The engine braking is real. Alright, as you can see, thanks to the wonderful sign here that says casino that way, and another sign that says, and another, geez, how many signs do you, oh, that one says landfill. Alright. I guess they thought maybe if we put more signs that say casino around the one that says landfill, they might still want to go. This road is definitely going to be a test of how well my headlight actually works. I was going to say headlights, but obviously I only have one. Comfortable now. That was fun though. Wow. I've never been on the top level of this parking structure before, and it's actually kind of a cool view, especially at like this time with the sunset. I mean, you know, it's kind of a late sunset, but whatever, sue me. And then that right there, that's pretty dope. All right, back out on the road. Okay. Let's get back. Missed it again. And this guy's got his high beam going. Damn. Yeah, high beam to you too. Shit. Fucker. This little stop sign arrangement over here in this corner always makes me laugh. I'm not really sure what the potential for accidents is there at that corner. There's no cross traffic potential there, that's for sure. I need to stop for gas. Damn, what the hell did you do? But yeah, that's basically it. That's my first motorcycle. I would go into more detail if I knew more about motorcycles in general and had a bit more experience on them in order to have the context in which to really go into detail. I really need to find some gas. God damn it. I'm gonna run out of fuel. Hopefully not. Uh-oh.